All right, guys, we only have one more episode to go, and right now things are all over the place. Honestly, I'm really curious how they'll wrap up every single storyline with a single episode, but I guess we'll see. In episode 10, a lot happened, and while I'm not sure if I like this pace, I think it was a good episode and I'll get there. But first, I have to say that after watching the wedding preparations for half of the season, I think it's not fair for the audience to feel rushed at this point. We all have been waiting to watch what happens after the wedding, and now I feel like things are moving too fast and we can't truly grasp the emotional weight these characters are going through right now. But thankfully, all this rush finally gave us something. So now let's start with Jeremiah, because in the latest episode, he finally has some nice character development. In episode 10, we see that Jeremiah is surrounded by his friends. He's been crashing at Steven's place, and now he's living with Denise. He finally has a job, building and exploring his life without Belly. And even though it hurts right now, I think this is what's good for Jeremiah in the long term. Thanks to Denise, he finally realizes that he has to forgive Belly and Conrad in order to move on. And his scene with Conrad next to their mom's grave, it was beautiful. I think Jeremiah is finally getting more mature, because otherwise I don't think he'd give his blessing to Conrad. I mean, he still loves Belly, but he also understands Conrad didn't do what he did just because he's a bad person or because he wanted to hurt Jeremiah. He understands Conrad could never forget her, and what they had was beyond electric. In episode 11, I expect Jeremiah to pay a visit to Belly in Paris. Not because he wants her back, but because he wants to see her one last time, say a proper goodbye, and make sure nothing's wrong between them. Jeremiah doesn't have anyone besides his family, and he finally starts appreciating Steven and Laurel as a part of his family, so at this point I feel like he wants to make things right with Belly as well. Now, let's talk about Belly. She seems like she doesn't care. At least that's how I felt while watching her reading Conrad's letters and writing him back. She's been working, trying to survive in Paris, and having a nice friend group. She's been busy with herself lately, but it also breaks my heart to see her not caring about Conrad. She didn't check in with him on Susanna's death anniversary. She didn't even remember the date. That's how self-focused she is. And let me remind you, this is the girl who used Susanna's death as an excuse for a long time to get away with all the mess ups. On the other hand, I'm kind of proud of her, because the way she's pushing herself to stay in Paris and find her own way is inspiring, to say the least. Right now, she's with Benito, and even though she says that Benito knows their relationship is temporary, I don't agree. I think Benito is really into her, and he's about to experience a huge heartbreak, because Belly will return to Conrad in episode 11. Speaking of Conrad, my baby has been through hell and back, and now he's off to Paris. He's been writing letters to Belly, showing her that he's not going to run away this time and that he's here to stay. Now that he made things right with Jeremiah, he has to see Belly and talk to her. You might be Team Jeremiah, but you gotta give it to him. He's been getting better and better. He's not the same guy we met and got annoyed in season 1. He's a grown man now, and this time he definitely knows what he wants, and he's open to get some help from the people who are close to him. That's a huge progress. In episode 11, I expect Belly and Conrad to catch up real fast and talk about what's been happening, as well as what really happened between them. Conrad has to be open about his feelings, about having therapy, and why he ran away from Belly when they had a relationship. Belly has to understand him fully in order to go back to him. Now that Belly lives alone, there's nobody who can interrupt their time. Well, maybe Benito, but we'll see. After fixing everything, I'm expecting a time jump showing what everyone's been up to in the last couple of years. Steven and Taylor living together, Jeremiah finding someone he truly loves and adores, Laurel and John holding hands. And last but not least, a lovely wedding. This is the part where I feel that this whole thing is so unfair, because we've seen Conrad and Belly's downs, but not really their ups. I'd really love to see them being truly happy together, like exploring new cities, getting their lives back on track, etc. But I don't think a single episode will be able to give us that. Even if it does, I'm not sure I'll be satisfied, because I just can't get enough. What do you think will happen in the final? Let me know in the comments below and watch this video next.